Whoa, what an emotional day today. Got all up in my feels. Lots of memory rehassing. Went to the warm ponds and kind of like spoke up there for the sacredness of the place against two howly white men. They were being very loud and obnoxious, and I was just like, hey, like, I come here not to hear about that, right? Which they assume means that I don't know about whatever the fuck it is. I'm not going to get into what they were getting into, but it was either just absolutely ridiculous for right there in the ponds while everybody else is around. And I saw these kids, and like the father was even wondering if he, and I'd already moved to different parts of the thing, and I could even hear them underwater. They were playing music. Some Hawaiians were playing some music and couldn't even hear the music. Like it was atrocious. And so of course, like the spirit moved through me to say something when I saw the kids, and they got pretty aggressive and nasty and accusatory and all of their like, oh, it's a free country. I said, no, actually, this is a kingdom. But like, I just kind of kept walking out of the pond and said, you are pontificating to the crowd in a sacred space and making yourself look obnoxious. And I just walked off. And the father like thumbed ups me. The guy one of the guys wound up following me out, and I went to the ocean and watched the waves crashing for a bit and talked to the horizon and Tongaroa, and then went walking over to one of the ponds, and I saw cow poop was there, and I'm like, nah, I ain't getting in that one. E. coli and cow poop. And so then I went to further down, and I wound up in a pond with a whole bunch of Hawaiians and another woman, not sure where she's from. It was a fabulous little gathering with, yeah. And I got told, yay, Auntie, thank you for saying something, Auntie. Depends whose perspective, right? I often say I didn't know I was white until I left Louisiana. Tonight there was a conversation about the Barbie movie, and like, yeah, I disclosed I used to cut the heads off my sister's Barbie, and I have absolutely no interest in seeing this movie for any kind of reason. And especially paying money. I mean, I guess if somebody pirates it or something, I might watch it just to see, but like I avoided E.T. and kind of don't get on a lot of, I've never watched Star Wars, so it kind of feels like one of those things like 30 years from now I can maybe say, I didn't see, I don't know that I'll live 30 years, but like even 10 years from now, I didn't see the Barbie movie. It didn't get in my, as an brain wig for me. And programming, I've pretty much avoided Barbie stuff. I didn't even buy my kids a lot of that. And did do some of the other ones, but not the brats and stuff. They weren't into Barbies either. Like, we couldn't afford that shit. I never was a Barbie doll. Don't really wish to be one. I'll just continue embracing my hot mess, I suppose. But I'm off tonight. I really got in my feels, and I'm considering options. And I have a couple, and I'm going to go explore this one because Anita has a farm she manages that's got work trade opportunities there. So before I fully commit on Monday, I'm going to go check this out, and then I'll be writing up a application for another position that's actually a paying assisting someone while they're dying position. So I feel like I've gotten enough of my own healing around the deaths done to handle this, because it wasn't the deaths that was really traumatic. It was the way it was handled, the treatment during, after, and around, and since, that's hurtful. And some people say leave it in the past, move on from it, and when you can't get over it, like, you're staying stuck in the mud. It hasn't even been 2 years. I'm doing amazing. We'll see if I make it longer than Sinead O'Connor after having lost a child to suicide, perhaps. Sure would maybe help if some people actually let me talk about how much it hurts without shutting me down or accusing me of talking too much, which I was accused of talking too much in 4th grade. Probably every report card I ever got said I talked too much. Oh, and I have a grandson who really, really talks a lot, and I probably told him he talks too much, and I told him a lot that Mammy just didn't have the spoons, and like, not having the spoons for somebody is one thing, but telling them they shouldn't be talking, or they shouldn't talk about what's going on with them, is an entirely different story. So, I'm talking to myself, whoever. I've been talking to her, to Kali. I've been talking to the little dragons over here. I've been talking to her. I've been talking to lots of ancestors, spirits, souls, issues. Rambling like a crazy person, right? Crazy woman. I've been a village crazy lady. I just don't have a village. Don't really have a village. And I'm like, my mind and my heart, and not having a village that really, really enjoys my full expression, or holds space for it till the pressure on this pressure cooker gets released a little bit, and sees that it's necessary sometimes to actually get the kill. And it's to kill a kill. And you don't die from it, just letting somebody express, holding space for it. I'm searching, or that's what I'm calling it with my heart, with my desperate prayers. I'm not really desperate, because it's safe enough, good enough, it's enough, but universe, how does it get better than this? And actually fulfill and allow for a fulfilling of my full potential, embodying of my full potential. What if I didn't always face so much resistance, and I was loved for who and what I am, how I express, and somebody wanted to listen to my stories? I'm only beginning to remember some of them even. And they're up whether anybody listens or not. It's happening, like I'm no longer suppressed. It's pouring out of me like water. And feels good to talk. I haven't really talked all that much. Or to anybody that's like has cared to really track it or try to make sense of it with me. Yeah. Just going, no, you're not. That's it's interesting. Yeah, whatever makes it feel worth it if I get to share it. My human design, my astrology, everything says community, partnership, relationship. That's what I'm here for. And on top of it, a love story. And I'm loving me right now. So like I'm really doing this to love me right, myself right, do right by myself as much as I can. Put that together and do whatever I have capacity to do. I was in the warm ponds in the I Will Always Love You being sung right before those jerks started mouthing off. I was in tears when they started their loud conversation, which started with something about Adam and Eve. Oh, where can you? Is there anywhere to go? Get away from that. Oh, commercialism, exploitation, oppression, suppression, the pressure to conform, reform, or comply, to tone it down, to fit it into whatever box, to have belonging. Is that book Building Belonging? Wasn't on the table today. Maybe I'll order that one. But yeah, so Anita is coming to pick me up. I'm waiting for her to arrive, and I have a bag packed for an overnight, and I'm going to go visit with her and explore the options over there where she is. And you know, when I got here, this card was here and out, and that's a sign of you moving. I thought it meant that I had moved and all that, but oh, it's saying no, you moving. Don't try to put your bags down too quick or thinking you. But I'm getting much better at packing up and unpacking and packing and unpacking and not feeling like so much like it's a punishment. And it does help when I'm having some experience choosing that it's my choice and I'm actually welcome where I'm leaving. And I'm leaving because it's best for me, and I'm attempting to do it with as much integrity as I can. Some people make that challenging. For the record, peace, love, and aloha. I'm going to go because my phone isn't charging for some reason completely. It'll charge like to 20% and then it stops. And yeah, I'm not getting a full charge on my phone or my computer. So I'm gonna see maybe this one will work better. Yeah. So I'm going to stop so I have a little bit of charge in case Anita needs to call me. And I'm loving you. Peace, love, and aloha.